If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC25, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC25 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout.
All right, guys. So we're kind of waiting for this SBC to be completed because he's up there. He do be up there in price. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and check out the new evolution today. Man, we haven't made an evolution video in a while because they literally screwed it, man. It was broken. It was broken, guys. Like you couldn't get the proper improvements that it was supposed to be. Maybe they fixed it recently. I'm not really sure. But yeah, no, it was broken. I'm sure you guys have watched like a few videos where people were upgrading their evolutions and it was like, hey, it'll be this, but then it wasn't that, you know? It's really, really crazy. But the evolution today, I think, is a Spanish one. And it kind of makes sense for it to be Spanish because they are dropping a lot of Spanish content right now. Basically dropped Nico Williams. They dropped Lamine Yamal, right, as the SBCs. So that's kind of like the flex that they're on right now, right? So this is the new one. It's called La Roja, right? So La Roja gives you stat improvements. Both of the play styles are a W, and the weak foot is also a W. So a good evolution, right? The thing is right now, guys, is that like play styles are like very, very relevant. Very relevant. The passing ones especially, bro. So female player by default, the one that's like kind of showing you right off the bat, the Rosa Marquez, like she could be good, right? Because female players will be a little bit more responsive in the game if they're smaller, right? But they just won't be like as physical. So you have to be mindful of that as well. It's always something to consider with some of the cards as well, right? Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at some of the options that this one has, see if there's anybody that's, you know, really pops out for us that could be like really, really solid. There's obviously going to be routes where you can do like a chain evolution, and then there's going to be routes where you just like do one thing, right? So again, always better to go sentimental, but with this game only having competitive game modes, I don't blame people for not doing sentimental, right? So let's take a look at some of the ones that Footbin has. I can't fully trust Footbin because sometimes they kind of screw things up, right? So they'll have some, but it just won't be it won't be the ones that are like super interesting, right? Because right now people will be looking into the chain evolutions they could potentially do, right? If we go to La Roja and we search the popular players, right? So, you know, Easy SBC usually has like the meta ratings that they have, but they also show you like the chain evolutions that you have too. So every evolution that has been available to you, you just put them towards the first one, and then the second one, third one, so on and so forth, right? So this is great for, you know, improving cards that you would not use before. Like they're doing this for a Spanish one, so imagine doing this in the future for like a Portuguese or a France or an Italian one, right? Like the sentimental is going to be really, really good for this one to make cards way more usable, right? But, you know, you have some examples like this, right, where you put them into all of these evolutions. It's a La Liga player, shadow chemistry style. We always have to look at the key things, right? So CDM position, he has holding plus, right? So holding plus, obviously very good to work with. Pace boost, defending boost. On a shadow, he's a lengthy. Lot of things really bouncing off this card really nicely, right? A lot of really good play styles as well. Huge play styles. This is great, you know, if you're a fan of this team, especially like the sentimental value for a card that looks like can perform very well in the current meta of the game is fantastic. All the play styles are very, very relevant, you know, especially with an intercept as well. So that card definitely looks really cool. 100%. You have some of these other guys that get upgraded from a bronze to these cards. This one, he would have to be the holding CDM as well. Shadow chemistry style, you increase the pace, you increase the defensive stats to be as high as possible. I mean, again, he has all the right play styles, right? He even has a press proven on the card, so that could be helpful too. You don't use these cards to attack, you use these cards to help you out in the general build-up, right? Long ball pass, paint pass, tiki-taka, interception for defensive plays, right? First touch, relentless, a lot of good play styles. makes the card way more usable, and he has 97 acceleration, 90 sprint speed. And the dribbling for a midfielder that you use in a defensive way is in a good enough area because, again, you don't really care about the shooting. You just want to get him into positions where he can defend for you, right? Especially with a CDM holding plus. You have some cards that could be really nice ones to look into, right? Obviously, Casado is going to be a really big one for people because this card is a Barcelona player, right? And it's going to be improved to a point where he looks fantastic as well, right? Shadow chemistry style to increase pace and defending puts him in a very good area. Very good play styles as well. So he has box to box for a center mid. You know, you could still use him in the basic ways if you want, but he still has the holding plus. So if you guys are doing some sort of team where, you know, you have a CDM. So for instance, a lot of people, what I would say for them to do is they would actually line up their team in a 4-1-4-1. You guys can check out the YouTube channel for that formation. And your team can line up in a 4-3-3 with the 4-1-4-1. So you would use this card, have the holding CDM, give him the shadow chemistry style, better defensive stats, and then his pace would be higher as well, right? So that would be a really big deal. Has all the right play styles. The main thing, in my opinion, that is really important to get for a midfielder is intercept, right? So when you get the intercept and then you have like passing ones that can help you out, first touch, all very helpful, right? All incredibly helpful to work with. But there's a few options that people have actually found as well for some of them that could be really nice, right? So some of them that we saw over here. This one's a fan favorite here because this guy used to be like a legend when I first started my RTG account, right? Like this is like years ago, right? It was this guy right here, Morales, right? So Morales, you can improve from an Ultimate Edition evolution into a La Roja, and the improvements that he receives are very significant. And the key thing here to mention is that he's 4-star, 5-star, okay? A lot of really crazy stuff to look into because this card, the dribbling stats at this point in the game is perfectly fine. You know, everyone dribbles a certain way. So in his case, Hunter chemistry style, you would give him that crazy pace increase. The shooting, I mean, brother, he essentially should not miss from like very good opportunities, even though shooting is a certain way in this game. You got a green for sure. But like, dude, finishing like that, 5-star weak foot, that's a lot of really crazy stuff. Passing on the card, decent area. Dribbling is fine because, again, with the players and the way that they generally feel, this would be okay. You go to his play styles, right? Has a Trivela, which is even crazier, right? Trivela, rapid, tiki-taka, pings, pass, first touch. Just a lot of good stuff, right? It's a card that has been improved for free, and he's really nice, right? If I go to his card right now, he was going up 3.9k because the links that you can work with on this card being a Spanish striker, like right now, not that many Spanish strikers, right? That are like at affordable prices. So this card, like, hey, you put him into an evolution, and you get some really good stuff, right? Again, this evolution gives you that weak foot improvement, which is a big deal. But yeah, there's a few cards here. There's this card like Riquelme, right? Who gets the improvement as well. I mean, you could totally go down this route as well. This card is from a non-rare into this. Honestly, I think Morales should definitely be trending more than this card for sure. But yeah, you have some other cards like this, right? Another Barcelona players. And again, make sure that you check the different websites just to make sure that everything is good. So for instance, this one, I would go to Fermin, right? And you could see that it's actually right, that I can actually improve this card. So center mid doesn't have as much defensive stats, but usability wise, you could give him a shadow, and then as a box-to-box center mid, it's still going to be a usable card. It's not going to be like super ideal to use in the top 3 divisions, top 2 divisions, but I would say that generally speaking, especially if we had a tournament mode, it would be fantastic. Well, you know how he is. The box-to-box makes him usable, right? The shooting is in a decent area. If he gets into a goal-scoring opportunity, you're going to feel good about scoring with a card like this, especially if you are a Barcelona fan, right? So some good improvements. It doesn't have too many play styles. The play styles, you know, if there was more stuff there, this has to be wrong. Not that one. I'm stupid. See, gotta look, because I'm like, no, hold on. The play styles are incorrect. It has to be this one here. There you go. It has to be La Roja into the box-to-box. that we get more playstyles, because one playstyle doesn't cut it. I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, same idea. Actually, same idea, but this one is actually better. This one's better. This one's way better because he has 86 finishing at the very least. And then his defense is also in a better area with like better interceptions, all that kind of stuff too. Yeah, usability increases a lot with a card like that, right? So people are looking into these cards because of future improvements on top of it, right? That's the key thing to mention, right? So we have a card like Carlos Soler. This card went up. Wow, he went up a lot. Yeah, the improvements are quite significant. I mean, yeah, they're quite significant. As a midfielder, yeah, shadow chemistry style, decent pace, defending's in a better area. Let me see this, actually. I'm kind of curious about this one. So, wow, I just drew a blank like crazy right there. Carlos Soler. No. Yes. Okay, so pings, pass, tiki-taka. Yeah, typical box-to-box as well, right? If you're playing like 4-5-1, probably like left center mid or right center mid. The reason why I'm saying like left center mid as well is because he has a 5-star weak foot, but mostly right center mid, because you guys know how these Trivellas be. You know, Trivellas are pretty crazy. They're pretty crazy. So Trivella on him would kind of be nuts in that right-handed position as well. So nice stuff there. These ones, let me see if they're actually correct this time, because bro, I don't trust them because in the past, like, they've just been wrong, but that one actually looks like it's correct. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so we have some of the female players that could be pretty cool as well, right? We have a player like this that is a 4-star, 5-star. Dribbling, you would have to take a risk a little bit with that reaction, but on a Hunter, she looks pretty cool, right? Hunter is this one. Good pace boost. Shooting boost is at a 96 for finishing with a 5-star weak foot. Right, Real Madrid links, which can be really cool to work with too. Can't go wrong with that. Rosa Marquez, which is the one that's trending in the actual game. She actually goes to an 84 on this one. In the game, they're actually only showing an 83, but this one's even better, right? So you can put her into intro to stat limits. La Roja, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. She looks really good. Like this card is a fantastic card to trend in the game. Like I would say mostly though box to box as well, half winger, so that's a little different. I don't really think anyone's using half winger right now, but I'm sure someone in the future at some point will figure something out. But yeah, she has half winger plus shadow chemistry style, pace boost, defending boost. She's still very well rounded, and honestly she could be really responsive in game too, man. She's 5'2". This is literally a pro clubs character. Like imagine you're starting off your pro clubs character and then your pro clubs character has like maximized stats, because normally you would just put like them super short. That's what she is, bro. Good improvements though. I mean, like for a midfielder, you're going to be okay with the reactions being low, right? You're definitely going to be okay with that. Play styles. She even has a press proven, bro. So honestly, like even with reactions being low, I could still see her being really responsive. Finesse shot's really cool because if I'm using her as a left center mid or right center mid and I get her inside the 18-yard box and the angle kind of makes sense to actually hit a finesse shot is helpful for that. But she even has jockey, she even has anticipate, right? So some really good stuff there too. Eric Cribello. Yeah, good improvements. Defensive. So this is sentimental because he lacks in playstyles. Playstyles that I would say are very relevant, right? So I do want to mention that right off the bat. But this is a card for the future because he even has passing capabilities, right? So if he gets another evolution in the future that actually gives him defensive playstyles, there's a lot of potential with this card, especially at a 5-star weak foot, right? The 5-star weak foot adds a lot to it for defensive elements, passing elements, dribbling elements, right? The Spanish players, it's always about that tiki-taka, you know, working with that tiki-taka passing, quick passing to move into certain spaces. You already know how that kind of goes down, right? You have some fullbacks that you can actually go into as well, right? With Regulon. Spurs fans will be pretty happy about this one. Shadow chemistry style. I'm saying Spurs. Does he still play for Spurs? He still plays for Spurs? Does this guy even play for Spurs? I don't know. I haven't seen Spurs play in a while, to be fair. So I actually would not be able to tell you. But shadow chemistry style, good pace boost, good defensive boost yet again, right? I'm going to tell you guys this right now, man. Udogi is usually the guy that they play, right? But Udogi in the actual game is pretty solid. I actually like him as a left back, right? So it depends on the person, right? So roles, he has attacking wing back, right? Main comparison would be to the Udogi card, which is a left back as well. Roles, he has the wing back and the false back, so he has two, right? So people probably wouldn't look into that as much, I don't think, right? Kubarsi, who's the young talent from Barcelona, the center back, who's very, very good. Very good. Good improvements on him too, right? Power Surge gives him that massive increase in the pace department, right? Which is fantastic by default. And then you give him a Shadow, and he's looking really good, right? Really good pace, really good defending. The only main thing, or two main things, depending on the play styles that he has, is going to be the fact that he's not lengthy, right? So that is important to mention. No lengthy on the card. It adds to them. It definitely adds to them, like when it comes to pace situation, right? But he also doesn't have play styles. So this is cards for the future as well, right? It's like, oh, you know, I'm upgrading them right now, but then at some point in the future, they can get some play style pluses in that defending area, right? So a lot of cool stuff you can work with there too. Bacetic, young talent from Liverpool, absolute monster of a quote-unquote CDM type player. This guy has a bright future ahead of him. Very unfortunate with the injury. Very unfortunate, because he would have started every single game, to be honest with you. But Gravenberch is killing it right now, though. Let's be real. This card, Shadow Chemistry Style, you increase the usability of it, right? You increase the usability. Play styles doesn't have anything as well. So again, you're kind of building towards the future. I'm saying doesn't have anything, but I'm hoping that it's true. Let me just, I gotta see. Gotta see here. So Bacetic. Yeah, see? Yeah, see, bro? That's what I'm saying, bro. Hold on. Who else did I check out, bro? I don't trust Footbin, bro. Footbin be off sometimes, man. Like Kubarsi. Let me see Kubarsi. Hold up, bro. Hold up, guys. I gotta check them, bro, because they be off, bro. They be off. Okay, we're a little bit better there. Kubarsi. That actually might have been the first one where it's like, huh, maybe you have to look into some other things, you know? Bacetic, way better on these cards right here. Look at this one, Bacetic. Yeah, because if you're going to upgrade it, it has to be this card. Yeah, it has to be him. Because the playstyles, man. The playstyles are always important. He has Intercept on this one. Like, Intercept is massive. Intercept makes most CDMs usable. You know what I'm saying? It really does. So you give him a Shadow, good pace boost, good defensive boost, right? And then technically speaking, if you really want to make him a lengthy in the future, you give him an anchor. Lengthy on an anchor, fantastic, right? That's really, really solid. You're not really going to attack that much with the card. Again, it's just defensive stuff. Holding ++, again, right? So the usability increases drastically. Again, you use that 4-1-4-1, play him in the CDM position. Oh, look, you have a holding ++ player there now, right? The usability increases substantially. A lot of stuff there. Trying to see some of the cards here that kind of pop out. There's these cards like Poido. You can go to, oh, Hector Bellerin ++ of what? It's definitely attacking. A false back, interesting. There are some formations where people like to use the false back, to be fair. We do have to mention that. There are some formations people do like to use it for. But this one's interesting, though, because Shadow Chemistry Style, is that his best one? Bayerin. It's Bayerin. Yeah, Shadow Chemistry Style, false back ++, full back, wing back plus. Shadow gives him a good pace boost, defensive boost. It looks well-rounded. It even has passing stats too. Honestly, fullback position, when you have like incisive pass really nice. Like, we do have to mention that. Incisive pass, I would say, like, a lot of the play styles this year, like I said, very important to work with. Incisive pass would definitely be one of them. That's actually a very good play style. But in general, looks like a well-rounded card. You can use him as the attacking wingback as well, right? That's not really a horrible decision. Excuse me. So yeah, looks really good. By the way, so I yawn usually because we do a lot of talking, right? So when you talk a lot, you'll yawn eventually, you know? You'll yawn eventually. So let's see what other stuff we have here, right? We gotta see what the vibes are for this one, because there could be a lot of like different choices for this one. So there's a card called Tomeo. So what is this one? Tomeo. Probably this one. That's a lot of evolutions. That's if you did the octopus. I would say you'd probably eliminate the octopus if you don't want to pay for it, but if you don't mind paying for it, very good improvements there as well. Shadow chemistry style, good pace boost, defensive boost massively increased, right? Intercept as well. The intercept, brother, the intercept is like that's how they get you, bro. That's how they get you, right? It's like, oh, I have to pay 50K, but I really want that intercept. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they know. That's why they're like, this one's gonna be a paid evolution, because intercept is a crazy playstyle. Because I'm telling you guys the whole time, oh my goodness, like, you guys need intercept. Intercept is this, intercept is that. And the whole time it's a paid evolution, right? But that's how EA gets you, bro. That's how they, little fishing line, you know? That's how they get you, bro. But yeah, no, he looks pretty cool, right? To Mayo to Mao, you know? Saul, next up. Just from the non-rare, that's it. Saul. Yeah, just from the non-rare. Shadow. He can be a lengthy, but the pace is still pretty low on that. Excuse me. Hey, Brian Zaragoza. Zaragoza. Let's see what Zaragoza looks like. What's the vibes of this guy? Let's see. Zaragoza. La Roja intro to stat limits. Dribbling's in a weird spot, but you do increase his usability. Oh yes, Trivella, it's cooked, bro. Like, put him on the right hand side, you're good to go. Inside forward plus as well, you're good to go, bro. Don't even worry about the dribbling. Everyone dribbles weird in this game right now, so GG's, bro. GG's. GG's, my friend. Let's see what else we got. What else is trending? Yeah, the Rosa one that they put in the game, like, that's actually a nice card too. Oh, Eric Garcia gets one. Say a word. Still 76, so you have to kind of hope for stuff in the future too. I don't think Garcia would be a lengthy. He doesn't come across as a type to get a lengthy. Eric Garcia. Prince Supreme. Oh, this one has a higher rating, but this is the one that actually gives them the pace boost. Not those ones. 75. 83. Yeah, this is the one you would have to be getting to make him as usable as possible. But guess what? It has the octopus in it. Let's see here. La Roja. These are not La Roja or La Roja ones, right? The other ones are better currently. La Roja could get better in the future, but all depends on what they drop, right? It depends on how fast you want to use certain cards, really. That's what it really comes down to. Okay, let's see if Easy SBC has just meta ones, just normal meta ones. Yeah, they have a couple of players in certain leagues. If you're building teams from those leagues, like there's this one, right? So this card plays for Braga. Is he lengthy on that? Oh, dude, if he was lengthy on that, that'd be crazy. This is still good though. Yeah, so Braga fans can get a pretty solid card. So he has wingback, attacking wingback, false back as well. Casado, Tomeo, Victor Gomez. Oh, I was about to say another card. Oh my goodness. There's rolls and stuff too. Check out these cards though, man. Like there's gonna be like some hidden gems in here that could be really good. But hidden gems, guys, but it's gotta be sentimental at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be a little bit. Gotta be a little bit sentimental, man. A little bit. This makes more sense, right? I wonder if they did anything with this card. Tony Martinez. Are you a lengthy on this with a hunter? Oh, he is. I mean, you would definitely be using him for sentimental. This card, I don't think exists anymore. He got loaned out. Or no, I think we sold him. I think we sold him actually. It was like 5 mil or something. Little Espanol player, you know. Interesting. This is the last card that I want to show you guys because she actually looks pretty cool. You have to really look into the female players because the female players, like, some of them look pretty saucy. Some of them look pretty saucy. So if we go to La Roja, right? You could see that she has a card here that is 4-star, 4-star, but she gets really good improvements, right? 91 pace with an 86 for shooting, and she's perfectly formatted for the hunter, right? Female player, so she's shorter, most likely, right? 5'2", so she could probably dribble better in game 2. The only thing that's like would be a lackluster thing is she doesn't have the plus for certain things, right? She's only a winger plus. Some formations work well with just a winger plus, to be fair, so it just depends on the person. But yeah, nice improvements for her too. But yeah, a pretty cool evolution. It's like a sign of cool things to come. That's what I'll say about it. It's like a sign of cool things to come, because you have cards like this for the Spanish players. So you can only imagine what it's like for some of the other countries if they kind of go down that route as well. Like, there's sentimental cards that can be actually usable as of right now, which is fantastic. So but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. I'm gonna go see if I can do this Nico review. That's 500k as an SBC. Crazy. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.